Okay, so here we hold on. I gotta. Okay, sorry about that. Jimmy had some TV loud and stuff blaring. Hi there. Hi, Justina. Hi, Teresa W. Hi, Billy Boy Blue. Hi, Shirley Joe. I know you have an early morning, so you're listening later. Deborah Van Couverden, Nicole Griffith, Margot K, Kevin Leonard. Make sure you're on live. Hold on. Make sure you're on live chat. I still show live chat. Okay. And it never goes on. Chris Ree. And everybody let's see. Mary Warren. Hi. Hi, Kelly Sweetheart. I know you. I'm going to still call you Kelly Sweetheart. Hi, Shannon Fields. Hi. Okay, so scammers, right? We're all aware of all the scammers that have been on YouTube that are out there. We know the one that, remember the ones that, hi Earthbound, hey Earthbound, haven't seen you in a long time. Glad you're here. Hi Debbie L. So scamming is nothing new on the internet, unfortunately, but you always wonder how people do this and then try to just act like it's okay. So I'm going to tell you about a scammer who is a 19-year-old girl. Did you hear about this one? And it's really quite outrageous, her story, because she didn't just scam about one thing. Okay, she's from Iowa too, right? You think, oh, they're Iowa, they're wholesome, wholesome girl in the cornfields of Iowa. But yeah, didn't happen. Well, she went on TikTok, and lately, TikTok to me, from what it does in true crime to what it does with scamming, is just ridiculous. So anyway, she went on TikTok and she told people that she was very sick. Okay, she told them that she had pancreatic cancer. And that wasn't the only kind of cancer. She said she had stage 2 pancreatic cancer, but then she had acute lymphoblastic leukemia. But that wasn't it. She also said she had a tumor the size of a football that was wrapped around her spine. And as she's saying this, it's scary because my first thing was, wait, I heard somebody say this. Is this a recent story? This is today. But then I realized I heard someone saying this type of thing, something about that. I thought I heard them saying it on YouTube. So it's scary that that stuff would be like reminiscent, right? Like make us think of that, because why? It's scary that it is like that. Anyway, so what she did was she went on TikTok, and I'm going to show you some of the things that she did over there. She documented her entire cancer battle on TikTok. She gave interviews. She raised almost $40,000 out of 439 donors. And she also gave talks about her fabricated health struggles. She even talked to universities, okay? And to said she was a student at the University of St. Ambrose, but she also, what'd she do there? She let me get her mugshot up here because she's really something. She gave this other talk. Let me see where the heck that was. And she posed in pictures like this. Hold on. She gave talks, so she was very confident because she gave live talks. I'm trying to find out where that was that she gave that talk. Like this. Okay? She posed for pictures. And how did they find out? Police were tipped off about her after a witness noticed serious discrepancies in social media posts about her supposed cancer battle. She appeared on the Project Purple podcast. Yeah, that's right. She went on podcast, and a spokesperson described her situation as unfortunate and justified her appearance by saying that there was no reason not to believe her story. Her story began to unravel January 11th when an anonymous witness claiming to be medical professionals reached out to the authorities saying that they noticed many medical discrepancies in the 19-year-old's social media posts about her purported cancer battle. The court documents, let me see if I can pull these up. Okay, let's see here. Here's the affidavit. Let's see if I can get the actual thing up here for us. Okay, so according to the affidavit filed in support of the search warrant, at about 6 p.m. on January 11th, police received a report that Russo had taken money and donations from more than 439 donors, which included businesses, national and local cancer foundations, school districts, colleges, and private citizens. A GoFundMe account raised about $37,303 as of January 19th. Officers learned Russo had authored numerous social media posts, was a guest speaker for several organizations, including OHL Foundation and the St. Ambrose University, under the false pretense. Luke, can you let Sass out? That she had been diagnosed with stage 2 pancreatic cancer, acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and that she had a football-sized tumor that was wrapped around her spine, as I said. Police were taking notice that she was still able to maintain a 4.0 GPA, that she was out in the sun, had a part-time job with John Deere. John Deere's big out in Iowa, and Janae knows that. She was interviewed by a local newspaper about her cancer journey. Police learned that within her social media post that there were medical professionals that came out, and they wanted to report terrible life-threatening inaccuracies of her medical equipment placement on her body and the pictures she shared. So she was good, but she wasn't that good. I guess she wasn't thinking that medical professionals would come to her accounts on TikTok and Instagram and look at what she was doing, okay? Because, like, exactly where is she doing this? Someone can buy whatever she's showing in a medical supply, store. So she could do that. She could get a room that kind of looks like a hospital. If she really wanted to go all out, she could set something up that looks like a hospital room. I've seen other people do it. Let's see what else she did. She appeared in these photos as if she was inside. It appeared in these photos they were taken inside her apartment and not a medical office. So she was trying to create the illusion of a medical office. Kind of weird. A couple of things right over here. I mean, you might see, why is she wearing a jacket, not, in a hospital gown or something. Kind of weird there. Okay. Court records show that police seized multiple items, including a gray 2023 Kia Sportage, a brown paper bag with medical supplies, her bank records, an IV pole, there it goes, with a feeding pump filled with cotton balls. So this was filled with cotton balls. And now that you see it, right? Well, that's pretty. Like, she really worked on this, right? To put cotton balls in the bag there. 2 boxes of transparent dressings, a wig, cash, pills for nausea in the name of a relative. One woman who donated to her said she received an email on Tuesday from the website that she would get her money back in 3 to 7 days. I don't really have the words when my friends sent me the link and said, hey, didn't you donate to this? I didn't donate that much, but you do what you can, and you're just shocked. I hope the people in these foundations that donated get their money back, and they can give it to someone with an actual diagnosis. But you see what happens when people do this kind of crap, then when someone legitimately has a need or legitimately is sick, people are cynical, okay? And so this hurts legitimate causes, no matter what it is, and that's why there needs to be, like with legal funds, they have that, like Frankie Rusak has, the crowd justice. When you give to that, the person has a case, You know they're giving their money, it's going straight to a lawyer, it's not commingled anywhere, you have transparency, and that's what it has to be for these medical things too. So if they have a crowd justice for legal funds, they should have something for medical funds. Maybe they have it, I don't know, but I mean, that's the way it is now. I mean, because it's hard, you can't trust anyone, it seems, right? You can't. Even people that you would think would never make up a lie that they're sick, you know, with cancer. People usually have a moral compass, you would think, that allows them not to do stuff like that. But we've seen it over and over again. So, yeah. And you've got to do your due diligence. And that's why, you know, something like that, I bet you that will come around with a medical one if they don't have it now, like the Crowd Justice for Legal Funds. So let's see now. In a statement, it says GoFundMe has a zero tolerance policy for misuse. So it's good here that GoFundMe at least is going to refund them their money. But let's say, what if they couldn't get the police involved? Like, you know, what about that? For the misuse of our platform, and it cooperates with law enforcement investigations of those accused of wrongdoing. GoFundMe's giving guarantee offers donors a full refund in the rare case when something isn't right. This is the first and only donor protection guarantee. See, they're saying it's the first and only guarantee in the fundraising industry. Donors can can file a claim. Now, let's see. I don't believe that is true. That's the. I believe it's the first, probably. I don't believe it's the only. Not at all, because crowd justice is showing you that someone has a legal fund, and I guarantee there's another one that a lot of people are using now, and I think it's like, oh, I can't even think of the one right now, but let me go back to this story because we're by no means done here. So this is what her GoFundMe looked like. Oh, let's see, let me go over here. Let me pull this picture up. Hang on. Okay. This the one? Yeah. So this is what she looks like. She looks very familiar, doesn't she? So here's what it looked like. She had the GoFundMe and $37,228, but it's gone up a little more. And she has a Tom Boland. I don't know if that's a totally fake person she had that was setting this up for her, apparently. Probably. And let's see. Before her GoFundMe page was taken down late Monday night, she had raised more than $37,300 from close to 440 donors. Police executed the search warrant and seized all that stuff. Investigators also subpoenaed her medical records and found that she has never been diagnosed with any form of cancer or tumor at any of the medical facilities in the area where she has been a patient. She did a October 2022 interview with North Scott Press, and she claimed she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer on February 10th and then with leukemia just a few months later. Now, why did she have to up it to also having leukemia? Was she not raising enough with the pancreatic cancer that she had to up the scam, right? I remember hanging up the phone and I was a mess, she told the Iowa news outlet. I was literally bawling, but somehow I ended up getting the courage to wipe away my tears and I went back into class, which now when I think about it was pretty crazy. She also said that doctors gave her an 11% survival rate for 5 years before discovering the massive, supposedly inoperable tumor on her spine. She claimed in the interview that between February and October of last year, she had 15 rounds of chemotherapy, 90 rounds of radiation. She had pictures like this up. That. And she said, and I quote, "Life has been crazy. It's like a catch-22. I can't win for losing. I feel like I've been rocked to my soul. And right now, everything is kind of uncertain. I just want to know my game plan. And right now, I don't know what that is," end quote. Despite her medical struggles, she was continuing to go to school at St. Ambrose University. She maintained that 4.0 GPA. She also held down that part-time job at John Deere and was able to do things she liked. Her description on her GoFundMe, which was still accepting donations as of Monday before it was taken down, stated that Maddie is currently undergoing vigorous chemotherapy and radiation treatments that make her very sick. And she would also have things like this on her TikTok. Well, these are people responding to her post. This is what fake cancer looks like. This is one of her posts that somebody posted to show it's faker. Okay? Her name on there, which I've looked for, is Maddie Russo. That was Maddie Russo. But so as you then quote, this is on the fundraiser. As you can imagine, the diagnosis has been very hard on Maddie's family. Just like with any cancer diagnosis, the cost of medical bills, gas, meals, and expense can be a burden, and that is something this family should not have to worry about. If you are able to, donations would be greatly appreciated to help cover medical expenses and to allow Maddie to focus on one thing only, which is to show that she's stronger than cancer and will beat this. Please donate/share if you can. Okay, let's see what other pictures we have out here. Here's another picture of what, she was able to look fairly well when she went through all this, right? Okay. And everyone who has donated to her fundraiser has been reimbursed. The 19-year-old has been banned from GoFundMe. One of the donors to her campaign said that she was shocked to learn of the teen's arrest. She was released from jail on the $10,000 bond just 4 hours after her arrest, but she has another court date, March 2nd. So let me do we show her mugshot?
She needs another GoFundMe.
She needs another GoFundMe for her, yeah. That would be maybe a legitimate one, but I don't think she'll ever be able to do that again. Okay, so this is her mugshot. And yeah, she needs a GoFundMe probably for that. Let's see what she is facing here. Let's see what we can find out about her anymore. I was hoping that her let's see here. So let's look at some of the stuff the doctors noticed. Oh, she was, hold on one second, pushing up like biotin and stuff. I don't know how, yeah. So one doctor said that Maddie seemed quite healthy for this type of a diagnosis. The survival rates are very low and you're very sick and it goes very fast. It's interesting that she could be looking so healthy. And it was alarming for the doctor to hear that someone so young was saying she was diagnosed. And one second, trying to find some of the pictures where
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
Your bed is really beautiful.
Yeah, I have like beautiful furniture
Elle,
that
can
it took me
Elle,
so
Elle
long to
is,
pick it out.
can someone mute Elle? Because she's on a
For
telephone call.
months.
Can
I
someone
had
mute
some
Elle?
money for my divorce, and I got all top of the
Guys,
line
is
stuff.
there anyone there that can mute Elle? Thank you. Okay. Gosh, I thought she was talking about this girl that was so cute. Okay. I at least feel better that it wasn't the girl she was talking about. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. We got. Hold on, my computer's locking up now. That's good. Maybe I'll shut this down. I don't need my video thing. 1 second, I'm gonna stop touching buttons, but yeah, so let's talk about it. So how can you protect yourself? There's tons of scams, okay, out there. And you don't want to become so cynical that when someone really needs help, you don't give it to them because of all the scammers. But gosh, the internet is fraught with scammers. I mean, it's just crazy. So again, you have to do, hold on a minute, some stupid page is opening over and over on my, in here. You have to really be, no, I don't want to see that, go away, close. Know what you're donating to, right? And again, make sure you have a guarantee on whatever funds you're donating to, because if you're just think you're in a fund and you don't have, like GoFundMe is saying, I'm going to look that up too, because I don't believe they are the only, let me see what, because I know, let me just see here. Guarantee to donors, let's see. Okay, let me see here. It's not telling me what I want to say on that one. Okay, let's look for funding sources online that have guarantees against fraud. Let's see. Crowdsourcing. Crowd source funding. Let's try that. Okay. Regulation, crowdfunding. Crowdsourcing, the next big thing in fraud detection. Let's see. So here's something that says, harnessing the power of crowdsourcing is a fresh idea proposed to supplement tried and true methods of identifying health. Oh, that's health insurance fraud. Let's see. For fraud fighting standpoint. Okay, that wasn't what I was looking for. Not looking for health insurance. We're looking for the how to give to a charity without getting. Okay, here's one maybe. Charitable causes raised record amounts. Crowdfunding sites like GoFundMe have become increasingly popular. Okay. Americans have opened their wallets. At this time, non-traditional fundraising drives through crowdfunding like GoFundMe had unprecedented success last year. GoFundMe also said that it attracted $625 million in various fundraisers for COVID relief between March and June, and that 500,000 donors contributed to the official George Floyd Memorial Fund, and to that, thousands of small drives for everything from people's medical expenses to college tuition and charity. Experts agree that crowdfunding is a formidable alternative to traditional charity fundraising, and it's likely here to stay. Crowd scamming, it also says, in one of the most notorious cases of fundraisers attempting to crowdsource a fraud, a New Jersey couple Mark D'Amico and Caitlin McClure raised more than $400,000. This is the case I was thinking of. To help Johnny Bobbitt, a homeless man McClure claimed she encountered after running out of gas in Philadelphia. You'll remember this one. This is, she claimed that she ran out of gas and this homeless man helped her out, and then everybody wanted to do something and help, and they started a GoFundMe. It raised more than $400,000, and then it was found out that they were fraudsters. So, hold on one second, because it's just, okay. Let me see. I'm trying to get the picture up here for you so you see who I'm talking about. This was the homeless man, and this was the couple that raised the money. And hold on, I don't know where my. Okay. So what happened was, he saw her supposedly, allegedly standing on the side of the road. He came over to her. He walked to a service station. He spent his last $20 to buy her gas and helped her on her way. McClure and D'Amico launched a GoFundMe campaign. It went viral. The story started to unravel when Bobbitt later claimed that he had received none of the crowdsourced funds, and he filed a lawsuit against the couple. Prosecutors alleged that D'Amico and McClure spent and gambled away most of the money, and it turned out that Bobbitt was in on the scam as well in exchange for a cut of the money. The story about McClure running out of gas and Bobbitt coming to her aid was complete fiction. So there is a site, it's called GoFraudMe.com, and the founder of that is Adrienne Gonzalez. She said the three came perilously close to getting away with their scam until Bobbitt suspected that his partners in crime were cheating him. Had they split it 3 ways, and had they given the homeless man his cut, who would have ever heard about it? She says, I don't think we ever would have. Bobbitt and McClure pled guilty to state and federal charges in connection with the scam. Bobbitt was sentenced to 1 year's probation on the state charge of conspiracy to commit theft by deception. He faces sentencing in October on a federal count of conspiracy to commit money laundering. McClure, let's see, when was this article? This was February of 2021, so let's see, we'll have to go see what ended up with them. D'Amico pled guilty to a single state charge of misapplication of entrusted property and has been sentenced to 5 years in prison. But he has pled not guilty to a 16-count federal indictment for fraud and conspiracy. The trial was on hold because of the pandemic, so we'll figure out what happened to these guys now. So someone said, if an online fundraising campaign strikes a chord with you, and if you're convinced that an established charity cannot meet the need, Campbell suggests stepping back and doing some extra due diligence before you donate. There's a sniff test. What's the purpose? How will the funds be used? Does that sound in any way suspicious? Look for details about the intended recipient of the funds. Seek out their social media profiles. See if they just started their account, like they just joined Facebook this month. Do they have less than 40 friends? And take a look at the photos and the images that they're using. If they only have one photo, then more likely than not, it's a scam account and you should steer clear. Also, look closely at the photos used on the fundraiser site to make sure they're genuine. You can perform a Google reverse image search. Well, it's not a reverse image search now. It's a Google Lens search, but same kind of thing. So you can do that just by right-clicking on it and then search with Google, search image with Google. Be especially careful when it comes to someone who is raising money for a third party, like D'Amico and McClure fundraising for Bobbitt. What's the connection? Is it real? Look for specific details to the victim, to the family, and then look up your own connections. Have your friends and family donated? Are they in any way connected to this person? GoFundMe has attracted 65 million donations in its 10 years of existence, including many that went to charities. Campbell believes the platform has resonated with people who want to take a more hands-on approach to giving rather than donating money to a big impersonal national charity. They want to go and actually give coats to homeless people. They want to make sandwiches and give them out. However, a more effective approach may be to contribute to local organizations. Let's see here. So the other thing that we're going to talk about, okay, is besides this girl she's been charged with theft by deception, and we'll see what happens to her when she goes to court again in March, is some other scams. Because we were talking to Elle, and those people that are selling on Marketplace, maybe you don't know about some of the scams, and Elle didn't know about some of the scams, and I don't think a lot of people know about them. So one of the worst things to do is, well, it's not the worst thing to do. Some people think the worst thing about listing on Marketplace, which could be quite nice. And Marketplace, I don't know if it's a place on Facebook where you can go and list your items and then have someone local, or, I mean, you could ship it, but the best, it's really made for local transactions. So if you have a recliner or an exercise bike or a treadmill, and I can't see the chat and I apologize, that you want to sell, you can list it on Marketplace. It's very easy, especially if you have your phone. You just take a picture and then you can go right to your Facebook, go to your Marketplace and list it, right? Very easy, very simple. But what happens is, right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
What do you hate about Marketplace?
What you do, as soon as you put something on, about 40,000 people try to say,
All the scams come immediately, and there's some things you can tell, like, okay, and I hope Elle doesn't mind, but Elle was selling something, and she had never used Marketplace before, and she goes, and they seem to come after more expensive things. So let's just say, for argument's sake, she was selling a piece of furniture that was $500. They go like, she goes, oh, I think I sold this. And I said, well, why do you think that? And she says, well, because this person said to me, what's the condition of the item and is it still available? Well, that's the first red flag. They will talk in terms of item, like, what's the condition of this item? Is it still available? But they don't say, hey, has this table, does it have any scratches? Like, they don't ask you normal questions that they should about a product. Okay, so if you're selling a dress, they're not asking you if there's any stains on it. If you're selling a piece of furniture, they're not asking you if it's damaged or marked up in any way. They're not asking you certain things, and they refer to everything generically. It's because they have a little script, okay? And sometimes, if you don't respond quickly enough to your messages on Marketplace, they will already, because they hit many people, and they'll already be something that'll say, like, Facebook, remove this profile doesn't exist anymore, something like that. They will go and even clone a regular profile, but it's a new profile, maybe even somebody you know. Like, the Facebook scams where somebody, you go, oh gosh, I thought I was friends with that person already, and you're getting another friend request from them. But that's just because they looked at your friends, and they took one, created a fake profile, and then they friended you on it to try to get your information and stuff. So what they're doing here is, that there's also that scam, right? They do it by mail. They say, oh, I have to get this check in, and I'll buy this item from you for, like, they tell you $500. Nicole got one on eBay or something for $500 more than it's worth. Okay, maybe it's not that crazy, but they'll go, hey, you could do me a huge favor. I'm getting this big check from my uncle. It's $10,000. I don't have anywhere to deposit it. You've got that item on there. I'll give you $50 more for it, $100 more, $200 more. Sometimes they make it really lucrative, $1,000 more just for your trouble. And I'll send the check to you. You deposit it in your account, and then just give me back the extra. Okay? And someone that's not skeptical at all and would say, wow, I'm making out like a bandit. This guy must just be so wealthy that he just wants me to have this. He's helping me out. And what happens is they would deposit the check in the account, and then they wouldn't wait for it even to clear. They would send their money out to this guy. That check would bounce. The people would be out the money. So there is like something that they're doing on Marketplace about that, but they're also asking for the person's phone number. They're like, oh, can I text this to you? I just want to make sure you're not a scammer. They're saying, make sure you're not a scammer. Give me your address, give me your telephone number. And then what they do with that is they go open up other accounts using that address and phone number. Okay, because now they have your name, most likely, right? They get your name, they get you, and they can open up an account in your name that's fraudulent. Might be a credit card, might be that. They have your address. So be careful. Some of them are opening up Google, what it does, let me see, like Google Voice. I don't even know if they have it, but something similar to that. So there's scams like that. Got to be really careful on Marketplace. So you right away go to look at the profile. If the person's asking you off the wall things or not enough specifics, okay, get rid of it. Block them. Get rid of them. Lots and lots and lots of scams going on here. Let me go on to, because we're almost ready to go to our next live. Let me go and see what, if anybody has questions here. Okay, let's see. So, hurts people really in need? Yes, Kevin, absolutely. Hi, Deborah Barron. Did anyone question how she maintained a full head of hair? She also had a wig. She was very elaborate. Let me see if I can show you some more of her. Hold on a minute. Let me show you some more of her stuff. She was very elaborate. I wish that I would have had a chance to go see. She has a TikTok with showing this biotin. It's a video, but she's claiming how here, this is, she's just, I don't think I can share that. Hold on. Let me share that one. A bunch of people are calling her out on her fakeness, but besides that one, doctors did come out and say, wait, that doesn't look like that's the proper placement for that. That looks off. That doesn't look like a hospital room. Something's going on here, right? And then my computer's locking up, so yeah, I'll wait. But let's see. Just, it's crappy. Crappy. I don't understand, like, if this is, like, when you're 19 years old, if you think, like, this is how you have to, this is how you have to make money, really? This is really it? Sad, because she had a 4.0 in college. Like, why not do something legitimate? I don't know. I think it's just easy money to a lot of people, and maybe there's a great deal of mental illness on the internet, especially in social media forums. There really is, and a lot of just, it's crazy. So let me see over here. Someone just said something about I wish they didn't have January 11th, police were notified about her. Okay, so she's so we'll see what happens. I'll follow it up when she goes back to court. But anyway, yeah, be careful of, like, scams out there. And there's a lot of I have the Mega Millions scam. I mean, there's so many scams. So many scammers. So many scams. Something doesn't sound right. Go with your gut. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, it's going to bite them in the butt. And then what happens, right? Hi, easily distracted. Hi, Christina Ferrari. Hi, Sunkissed. You've been under the weather? Oh, I hope you feel better. We're going to talk about Murdaugh in a minute. We're going to go to the next, what time is it? I have a few more minutes before we go to the next live. I got to do the redirect on it anyway. You got an email that looked like, oh, be careful. Yeah, that's another scam, looking like it's from PayPal. And you know what another scam is for YouTubers? Oh my gosh. They take a real company, Adobe, Corel, all the kind of gaming manufacturers, and they send it to you. Say, oh, we looked at your YouTube channel and you're a great fit for us. First of all, somebody that's dealt with companies and been an influencer and is an influencer can tell there's something off with the email. But if you get somebody brand new to YouTube, and they don't have any experience like that, they're going to get this email and they're going to be like over the moon. Okay, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, let me see, I'll show you. I get them all the time. I'll show you one and exactly what it looks like. And I'll show you what the tip-offs are besides. Let me see. Okay. Let me go on the other account. I don't want to publish those. Okay, let's go for YouTube collab. Usually I delete them, but hopefully I've got one in here. Okay. Okay, is this one? Okay, yep, here's one. Let me pull this over. Can I open this in a new tab? Open in a new window. Okay. All right, let me pull this over here. So, here's the email. Hello, I'm Adrienne Edwards and I represent the mobile game Genshin Impact developer MiHoYo. We are running a campaign to promote our product and have chosen YouTube as our means of promotion. Would you be interested in collaborating with us? If you're interested in collaborating, answer this email and our manager will contact you shortly. With best regards. This is just one of them. Some of them give you a WhatsApp number. Some of them give you all this stuff. This is fake. You know how you know right away? Look at the CZ. When you see that CZ there, just get rid of it. Always look at the, no one, now first of all, even without the CZ, even if it said .com, if they're calling you, let's just say this is, it's Genshin, they're going to contact you with an email from Genshin.com or from the official website. They're going to have an email connected to the official website. They're not going to be emailing you with a Gmail address. They're not going to be emailing you with this kind of crap. Okay, so it's garbage. But what they can do, okay, is get control of your YouTube channel. There's horror stories, and I can't even believe that it doesn't happen more often because I must get 20 of these a day on 2 different accounts. And I don't know how someone doesn't immediately bite on that. And there are people, you see, they said that somebody got a hold of their YouTube account because when you go ahead and you collaborate with someone, then it, like, you have to click on something, a third party can do certain things with your account, and they can go in there and get a hold of your account. So not good. Be aware, be very aware of those kind of scams. All right, now, what else do we have here? Let's see. I just missed just looking at something there. All right, so let me go back to the questions. No, it's not going to let me click. I have to wait. It's not going to let me click. There we go. Okay, back here. Hi, Doors of Perception. How are you? Just the other day, my mom had someone call her asking for me and said she was calling from a lawyer's office. My mom's number. That's another scam where they send a whole bunch of emails out to people saying, it's your grandson, I'm in trouble, blah, blah, blah. They're sending tens of thousands of these out. And they're saying they need, it's not a large amount of money. Do you know how many people give money to that thinking it is a grandson or something? Yeah. Yep, there's so many different kinds of scams. Hi, Sean Sneed. I hope it does bite them. 'Cause sooner or later, Casey Jones, you know, it's just crap stuff. Let's see, Frilly Farmhouse that I saw on Marketplace. I sell on Marketplace daily. If they ask you to pay with Cash App or PayPal or Venmo, they will ask, can I have your online number? Say no thank you, and I will meet you in person and please. Yeah, that's what they were asking Elle. They were asking for her phone number. Then they were asking for email. I'm like, no, Elle, no. Don't. You know, yeah, exactly.
You know, my bank was saying before they connected Zelle to it, you know, they asked me a bunch of questions. They said, do you know the person who's sending it to you? And, you know, I mean, they asked a bunch of questions. And as far as anything on Facebook Marketplace, I just went to the profile of people and found people around here that I knew lived around here, and you know, let them look at it. I didn't
Yeah, you gotta look
respond
around.
to like 75 other people who would try from.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
like,
the
oh,
States.
can you ship this or something? Yeah. Mhm. Exactly. I get deposits through account. So I get emails all the time. Mr. Sunshine says, informing me that my order is on. Oh, that's another one. You're right. They say your order for like but you know what? They're not even smart enough. Have you ever seen the ones they have like 100 addresses, and then every time someone replies, you keep getting another email? So it's crazy. They say like your order for your Norton antivirus is in, or they tell you you have like an Amazon order confirming it for like $1,500. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And don't ever go, even if you get an email and you're sure it's from PayPal, don't ever click through to PayPal from an email. Always go to a clear window and log into PayPal. Anything. eBay. Don't ever click through an email. Never. Never. You get on Google researching and the phone will start ringing. Be careful. Yes. And thank you, Doors of Perception. There's another scam. Oh my gosh, we could talk for scams for a long time. There's another scam. Have you seen this one? They used to do it for that, you know, that big crafters thing that everybody wants. It's like $3,000 or $4,000. It has all the things that pull out. They would have some crazy offer. And it might not be from the company, but it might be from the actual company, pretending to be, not really, okay? It might say $149 surplus. And you're thinking, no, this can't be, right? This Christmas, they did it with the Balsam company that makes all the Christmas trees that are like mega bucks. They said that they were at the warehouse. This stuff looked legit, guys. There were so many people ordering, and you would go there and I would say, why aren't the comments saying more that it's a scam? They were having trees that were like $1,200 for $60. Okay? Their website was completely ripped off. It was the same website. They do this. I don't know how Facebook allows it. It happens all the time. If you see something and it's too good to be true, it is. Don't do it. But Facebook does it all the time now. And I'm surprised. So they'll rip off, like a company, they'll rip off their website, everything. Very careful. Very careful. I've got to do the redirect over here. I've got to edit this redirect. But, yeah, be careful of scammers. Maybe we'll have to have another session of scammers because there are so many different types of scams. Redirect here. Okay. Hi, little lady. I just delete it. Never open them. Just flag the emails, never open them. Yeah, there's so many different scams. And sometimes you think, like, what are they getting from this scam, right? Like this, but they are. It's like crazy. You get deposits in your account, also billing from people you've never heard of. Yeah, don't ever go through your bank account either, through your email like that. Go in a fresh window and open it up. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Cranky Babishka. You are real picky about texts on your phone too. Yeah, I get so many stupid texts that I've had my number for so long, and so there's always this woman that they call me for. It's been like 20 years. They're always calling for this woman, Sheila. You just lost your 2-year-old grandbaby's mother? She was only 25. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Mrs. Sunshine, Miss Sunshine. That's terrible. Prayers for your family. Gosh. Seems too good to be true. Right? Cheap. Forget it. It's too, yeah. Also, your home warranty is expired. Yes, exactly. There's so many freaking scams. Just protect yourself. Do your due diligence and make sure whatever you're donating to is like transparent. And if you're selling, make sure like people are not getting information out of you. Even if you think like, what are they doing with it? Because there's scams galore, right? All right, we're going to go to the next live, and I hope you guys can make it there with us. I'm going to close this one out and open up the other one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your other scams in the comments so we can help people not be taken as a fool. Bye, guys. Love you. God bless. Let me go to the next one.